I was muted? I was talking and I was muted. Okay. Okay, so we need to do a little do-over. So first of all, hello Azlikar. I saw you followed me recently. Thank you for the follow, and I hope you'll enjoy your time here. Second of all, our main plan today was to play Persona, but things happened. Those things being my mom. My mom made an oopsie and she opened Steam next to me half an hour ago, and it turned out that light novel games are actually on sale right now. So I came out of it with 6 new games, and No Existence of You and Me was one of them. I've seen the game for like 5 minutes maybe. I didn't want to spoil myself with it, but it is supposed to question our reality, and this is like the type of the games I really like, so I'm actually very curious how it will go and what it will be about. So Persona right now is kind of like on the back burner. Today we enjoy our time, especially because this week was pretty harsh on me, so I don't want to commit to Persona, because if I would commit to Persona it would end up with me going through the downtime plus the dungeon, and I would probably end up in like 8 hours. I cannot afford that today, so we're gonna go for a little bit more chill and shorter games. I'm glad that you enjoyed my shorts. I'm trying. I'm doing my best for them to be enjoyable. Okay, where is the video game? The first thing that confused me is that when I opened the game, I didn't have new. I only had continue, and this is something I'm like I just got the game. Oh, that's a cool effect. So that confuses me. Why there's continue button? That we're gonna see. Her eyes stayed. She's like a freaking Cheshire cat.
很高兴你能愿意为我这么做，只是
Oh, it's in Chinese.
现在的我还是我吗？
Why is it like a she here?
我不清楚，但我也曾期盼过这幅景象，哪怕它只是一种可能。
Okay, what are our options? I mean, I will keep the music the way it is right now. I'm fine with Chinese, like I'm learning Chinese. Okay, so let's keep them how they are. There was a time I longed for this sight, even if it was nothing more than a fleeting possibility. Oh, so it's only like partially voiced.
我并不希望它真的发生，但无论怎么说，这都是你的选择。否定这段故事和你选择的选择。
Deny this story and the choice you've made. I completely understand and accept that. What?
好吧，那就让此刻的我不复存在吧。
That was spooky. A little bit, tiny bit spooky. I can swap it for the convenience. I can swap it if it allows me to click. I don't mind. It can be in Japanese. But she sounds way more cheerful in Japanese. Okay. I'm lying on the bed, lost in a blur of time. I don't know how long I've been asleep, and I can't even remember the last time I ate. I can remember the last time I ate. It was not so long ago. I actually tried the viral recipe. Actually, the thing that is very viral right now when it comes to snacks on TikTok is baked onion rings, which is basically you put up a lot of cheese, you put onions, You put more cheese. You can add salami. It's like pizza without the dough. So I did that today and it was actually pretty nice. But I ate so much onion today. The only thing left for me to do is to die here and wait for my body to decay. Yeah, I'm used to Japanese voices too when it comes to like anime-esque settings. But I watch a lot of Chinese shows lately. And I grew accustomed to it a little bit more. And I also swapped my language in Genshin and Star Rail to Chinese. And in some cases, I actually like it a little bit more than Japanese, especially for the Paimon. Paimon sounds way better in Chinese. She is way less annoying. And then she showed up by the window. Ah, I'm getting flashbanged, no. But she is super cute. When I was growing up, I really liked exactly this type of anime girl. You're still yet to finish the latest story. It is long. It is long. The first patch was like 10 hours and the second patch was like 7.5. I didn't let all the characters finish their sentences. I just went with how it was when it comes to, like, you know, I've read it and I went further. I didn't let them read it out because they took freaking ages to do so, and I was like, yeah, this is not happening. But yeah, I'm finally free of the story. The problem I have with the latest story is that it is actually really enjoyable and it is a good story and it is good writing, but they compiled the main story with characters' quests and prolonged it on like unbearable lengths. And because like the whole Amphorius nation is very poetic, they speak a lot, they use a lot of metaphors, they bring up some poetry, they bring up some literature. It makes it even longer. For me, they should like divide it into some sections. I like the setting. I don't like the setting itself. I'm not really into like the ancient Greece and ancient Rome and Sparta and so on. But I liked the story itself. I like how it goes. It's just that it's way too long. And I'm pretty sure that if it was shorter, then more people would actually enjoy it. If they slightly made it like different. And I was even thinking that given how long it is, they could give up on all those, like, you know, going from point A to point B to solve like some stupid riddle. I know that they wanted to do a little bit of tutorial for new people to know what's going on and what kind of riddles they can expect on the new planet. But it also made the whole quest longer. And if they cut some parts and made it into like cinematic, so you can just like sit down with popcorn and just watch it instead of like going from point A to B and running circles, that would make it way better. And I hope that they maybe will go into this direction. Wait a second. Chair? The chair is talking? She said nothing, just tilted her head and looked at you like you were just another object in her room. Am I an object? I just grab weapons from all over the place at this point. It is very big map as well. It has amazing physics, like the water physics are really nice, but sometimes, despite my games running pretty smoothly, when I teleport to Amphorius area, to like the big area, and all those like waterfalls starts to render, the game has a hiccup for a moment. But it works perfectly fine on mobile. I must give them that. You haven't spoken to anyone in a long time, so it takes you a moment to realize how to even start. Wait, there are like literally furniture talking. Who am I? Did I just manage to speak? Or is that choices in this game are meaningless? That was such a Genshin moment. Just give me a choice and nothing will change. I mean, they kinda gave us an option to change something in Natlan, right? Despite of our, like, like, if we picked some options, the outcome of the war was slightly different for some people, but other than that, it's still kind of like pointless to make us choose.
我听见了。你是这个游戏的主角。
You are the protagonist of this game.
准备攻略美少女。
Oh no! To pursue the path to win over a beautiful girl. We've been there. We've been there when we were playing the Love Angel Syndrome. We failed. She chose AI over us, and she connected her wires, I mean her veins, with the wires of AI. So I would consider it a bad ending. I mean, she seemed to be happy. She just logged off the existence. It also didn't go too well for us when we were playing Doki Doki Literature Club. That was also horrible. And we also tried to play the Needy Streamer Overload, and she permanently leaves us at day 15. I've read how to overcome the day 15, so I think I'm kinda ready to redo the game. Because I would kinda like to go further than day 15 when she just stands up and she's like, oh, you don't pay attention to me, and then she leaves. What about you? Are you just a texture on the screen? Are you a figment of my imagination? Are you the beautiful maiden I've encountered? Are you just a texture?
你是真的想知道，还是因为选项框里只有关于我的选项？
Oh. I mean, she didn't even change her position. How did she emerge closer to us? Is she like stepping, like, is she like sitting on the floor and like stepping by moving closer to us and we're also on the floor level? Oh yeah, or did I just walk towards her instead? That's a good question. It kinda seems like I'm all the objects. Apparently I'm not. That was a very, very quick reality check. You've spent a long time talking to us, so we've become very familiar with everything about you, dear friend. In short, you can think of us as your senses, honored one. Come on, you're just objects. The objects really deserve to be called senses. Ah, my most loyal subject. It has been far too long, hasn't it? It has been a long time, Your Majesty. You remain as dignified, as full of spirit as ever. Yeah, I mean, if you take aside the fact that all the furnitures are talking, it's kind of like a normal room. But it's also like the difference in lighting. When we saw the rest of the room, it had a more casual vibe, and when we look at her, she looks dead. And she's like losing all the colors except her eyes. So how do we feel about being in the center of attention? Either wonderful, I could stay like this with your gaze upon me forever. Are you wearing colored contacts? Why is that only your eyes have color? You're staring at me so hard it's making my skin crawl. Okay, I'm gonna go for colored contacts.
这样的话，可是很毁气氛的哦。
What is even this sentence? That's not very atmospheric of you, you know?
算了，就当是你在夸奖我的眼睛好看吧。
I mean, you're freaking pale, girl.
那么，
I mean, she could be albino, right? They sometimes have like the red hue in their eyes. Do you believe I truly exist? Then do you think she really exists? I'm not sure. I want to figure out the answer to that question with you. Let's see. Did I just get a hug?
没错，
Yes, this gesture could indeed be called a hug.
它是一个仪式，为了能让你感受到我，而且，所以，此刻的你是什么感觉？
A brand new sheet of A4 paper slicing your finger as you pull it. The softness of a cat's fur brushing against your palm, chalk, dust, and debris mixing into the air drowned into your nostrils. Well, let's go with cat. We already insulted her once, kind of, and she wasn't very happy about it, obviously. So let's compare it to a cat.
描述，这像是触感，也就是说，只有一些细微的感觉。现在我抱得更紧了。 所以，被紧紧拥抱着的你。
Oh dear Lord, what are those options? A wet plastic bag dropped on a rainy day, the first sprout breaking through the soil, food scraps dissolving in stomach acid. Let's just go for the poetic choices. We're supposed to win over her, right?
感觉变得更加强烈了呢。 现在我抱得更紧了。
Still seems legit.
我们就所以被深深拥抱着的你是什么感觉？
Oh, now we got so many. Nothing special. I've been reborn. I can't breathe anymore. Help. I've never felt better. That last option sounds so cringe. Do I want to go for the cringe? Let's go with the excuse me. How many options is that? The world is my representation. Such an observation through partial is not without truth. The enlightenment is mankind's emergence from its self-imposed immaturity. Cosimo left in the trees, the branches stretched outward, forming a lofty bridge suspended mid-air. What exists, exists. What does not exist, does not exist. On the morning of April 16, Dr. Ryu stepped out of his clinic and kicked against the dead rat at the bottom of the stairs. Man is the measure of all things, determining what exists and what does not, yet even his creation is destined to decay. Alice ran across the field after it, and fortunately was just in time to see it pop down a large rabbit hole under the hedge. He seemed like a man stripped of his skin, plunging into a violent storm to battle against the elements. So, given the Alice quotes, are those just random quotes from like books? Let's go with this one. I love you, I hate you, I don't know. I don't know if I love her. As a protagonist, I don't know if I love her. I really, really like her outfit.
我感动的都要哭出来了呢。总之，我叫莉莉丝。
And her freaking personality completely changed. She still didn't gain a single ounce of color. Oh, I almost forgot. Oh, the existence of certain cakes is not known to people in literal sense, yet their very being points to the existence of other cakes in a symbolic way. That is, the belief in the existence of ovens serves as faith or a hypothesis for the existence of time machines, and an inexplicable motive at that experienced by people. I mean, it kinda looks like it, but when I was talking about how I cannot keep a girl, I forgot me side. Yeah, that also didn't end well for me. Yeah, she kinda has like this princess vibe in her. Oh, I have a kitchen in my bedroom. But I like my windowsill. I like very, very broad windowsills where you can just sit and chill. Your Majesty, it's been a long time since went missing. Shall we continue the search? Who is... Have you ever even... How do you even pronounce that? Is it a mute sound or just block after block after block? Oh my dear Majesty, however you prefer. After all this line has no voice acting. Okay, so who is Square Square? Square is a young girl who appears in screens, yellowed notebooks, and fleeting moments of lost time. Like how every Thursday afternoon, John takes a walk to the church square because the pigeons there have finally earned their diplomas. What? I want to know more about this girl, but what is this nonsense? So none of you know anything. My apologies, Your Majesty. When did you Okay, speak freely, my loyal subject. Her name is Square Square Square. She was once your Square Square Square, and she has the same square as Square Square Square. Her traits include Square Square and Square Square Square. Since she once redacted and then you choose redacted, which is why you now redacted, leading to her redacted. So she probably died. In short, the girl beyond the world has disappeared. Okay. You stare at the black notebook and the strange sense of familiarity washes over you. It feels like spinning an aged wine, its deep mahogany color nurtured in oak barrel, drowning it in one gulp, the burning sensation traveling from your throat to your lungs, mingling with the surrounding air. It's not fatal, just slightly melancholic. Open the notebook. They're exactly like the me side. Just never open anything, I guess. Okay. Yeah, no, it's nothing. What were we doing earlier? We were hugging. Oh, Bones, emotions, yeah. She got so excited. Yeah, it's so not convenient to sit like that when you have long hair. Like, she's clearly sitting on some of her hair. Oh, thank you. I almost forgot. 2 hours later. No, wait a second. That's completely wrong. Speaker, we are going to be away for a while. Take care of yourself. Oh, by the way, there's a girl coming to stay with us for a while. I wonder what kind of girl she'll be. I'm so excited. Hi, my name is Lilith. Sorry to bother you, but is this player's house? Yes, this is the place. In your past life, when I was the Sakura Maiden of Divine Rebirth, my power no longer sufficient to keep the 4 heavenly kings sealed away. Lilith-chan, let's save the world together again. That's fantastic, player-sama. Yeah, I don't think that happened. We never had such a conversation. Did she? Yeah, she did. Are you really my childhood friend? Once we were little, we went hiking. We're gonna cook. We can bask in the happiness of our achievement as we enjoy the cake together. Why am I the one making it? I'm pretty sure I would be also enjoying the accomplishment of doing something with my own hands if she was also the one making it.
简单来说，就是烤制一个戚风蛋糕胚，然后我们先做蛋糕胚的部分。首先，从橱柜里拿出牛奶、食用油、低筋面粉、细砂糖和鸡蛋。
Okay, so the cabinet is philosophical.
真的哟，难道是天使般的梦幻美少女提前准备好的？首先，我们需要分离蛋清和蛋黄。
Separate them with overwhelming sorrow. Or perhaps in this modern age where hedonism erodes grand ideals, the concept of fate has long since dissolved.
然后加入牛奶、细砂糖、玉米油，然后加入低筋面粉进行搅拌，然后加入蛋黄。
I wonder when this game will have a dark turn, because right now it's way too cheerful and too chaotic. And third,
然后加入搅拌好的蛋清进行搅拌。
perhaps the entire world is nothing more than a meaningless machine, endlessly cycling in a drowning hum of repetition. No.
好了，面糊的制备完成了。
100% it's an just in player's head. I'm just waiting for us to learn that we have a big case of Delulu.
接下来只要把它放进烤箱就行了。
It's just like advanced maladaptive daydreaming, I think. This marks a release from the tedious labor of machinery, granting you a fleeting moment of freedom.
怎么了吗？
Your present doesn't make any sense.
嗯哼，没错没错。陌生以这种设定展开，到底是本年度最具潜力的
Is this the most promising master love masterpiece of the year, or just a cliched horror suspense story? I mean, isn't that so many people's dream? You just sit at your home and suddenly a cute anime girl comes into your life to be your girlfriend. I mean, she's currently still at her childhood friend stage, but we see the direction already. You're a murderer hiding behind your cute appearance to strike when the time is right. You're a ghost living in an old house. You're a nagging mom who worries too much about me. You're just a game character. I can say for sure you're just a game character.
不过话虽，但如果想要认真的玩文字游戏的话，就意味着
If you really want to enjoy a text-based game like this, it means you want to forget the fact that characters are just designed characters, right? Kinda.
只有这样，更深的情感才能被倾注其中。
It would be way easier to forget that we're playing the game and be more immersed if it wasn't so absurd. Is she really a childhood friend?
无论是看电影、看小说，还是欣赏戏剧，都是同样的道理。如果一直反复告诉自己，角色只是被设计出来的
Not really. But you really are just a game character. You're a murderer. Okay. I think you're a ghost living in that was it before. Waiting for new visitors to sit down with your tea, bringing you new stories. You're a nagging mom. You really are just a game character.
但除此之外呢？
But you really are just a game character.
但除此之外呢？
How about this one?
你是怎么知道的？我已经在这里等你好久好久了。能遇见你非常，喝下它之后就可以变成幽灵，和莉莉丝一起在这里。
I don't want to become a ghost. Why there's two of them?
你不会变成幽灵的。 但只要你想，就能和莉莉丝永远在一起。总之，你会觉得我是幽灵，是因为你是从自己的视点出发，对我进行认知的吧？
So she's now doing psychoanalysis on me.
在理解对方的存在时，脑子里比较容易
When
浮现出的
understanding the
概念，
existence of another, the
相较于拥
concepts
有
that
的红
most
细胞、
easily
白
come
细
to
胞
mind are
数、
not
实
metrics
存
like
性
red
密细胞
blood
之类
or
的指
white
标。
blood still counts. Okay.
果然还是朋友、家人、讨厌的家伙、喜欢的人和绝对，无论是杀人狂魔、幽灵、老妈，还是游戏角色，为了使这些概念成立，有一个前提悄悄隐藏起了自身。你注意到了吗？
I'm on the fence. Do I go into her philosophical dispute or I just focus on this one? Okay, let's play her game.
让这些概念成立的前提，正是作为观察者视角的我。朋友是谁的朋友？讨厌的家伙是谁讨厌的家伙？喜欢的人又是谁喜欢的人？莉莉丝的身份是什么样的？以这样的身份与我相遇，我们正是因为这些事情与自我有关，才使得正是因为这些身份是自我判断的结果，所以它才有着至高的地位。也许你会觉得我在说一些理所当然的话。
Self is the modern invention. Okay, tell me more.
在更久远的时候，世界曾经是一个完整的世界，偶尔也会有人察觉到自我这一视点的存在，但大部分的，那是一个宏大的、完美的、包容万物的理念。它有时幻化为物质，有时幻化为上帝，但无论如何，只要想到它的存在，人们就能获。接着，时间进入现代，自我当人将自己视为观察的对象时，世界因此分裂，变为主观
But
和
when
客
does
观
she
两部分。
think that like the split happened? What does she consider modern times? This is
于
something
是
that bugs me right
世
now.
界再次展开了。这次，它像镜子一样出现裂痕，然后破碎。镜面到这次，它与作为视点的自我息息相关。而这正是我们讨论一切议题的开始。
The only issue I have with this game so far is that there's a white text over white background. No more gods, what a sad story this is.
没错，但作为视点的自我，终于可以。咦，视点有这么重要吗？也许你会这么提问。只要是有常识的人，就都会觉得世界正在理所当然地运行着吧，就像这个游戏现在正理所当然地运行着一样。
Will Japanese version help you?
没错，你发现了关键所在，那便是
You found the
常识。
key, common sense. I don't. It
所谓
is
常识
very, very
就是作为视
philosophical
点
and
自我认识世
metaphorical.
界的重要工具。
So-called common sense is the crucial tool by which the self perceives the world.
只要我们借助常识的力量，有选择性地收集需要的信息，世界就会以一种可理解的方式呈现在我们眼前。
I have my doubts about what she just said, because she's like, as long as we leverage the power of common sense to selectively gather the information we need, the world presents itself to us in an understandable way. But we often say that someone lacks common sense, right? But in that someone's head, they do have common sense. So common sense is extremely subjective.
常识是如此可靠，以至于很多时候会令人忘记自我这一视点。在这个游戏里，需要具备的常识是，这是个文字游戏。既然是文字游戏， 那么通常来说，就是图片加背景的各种变体，本质都是差不多的。
They would be way more easy to understand if you didn't speak riddles all the
比
time.
如说，你看到了莉莉丝的例会，看到对话框的名称里写着莉莉丝，但所谓常识，真的是也许事情根本就不是这么一回事。也许这些话都是莉莉丝的发带说的，也许这里的莉莉丝3个字根本毫无。又比如，你看到了我身后的场景，便认为这个，但如果将我们所在的场景，也许这只是舞台布景的一部分，许多观众正坐在台下注视着我们，也许这是一部电影的拍摄现场，摄影机正对着我们。
Okay, so we know now why this game is supposed to make us question reality. It's not supposed to make us question the reality as if the reality is really real. It's more about changing the perspective while we perceive the reality.
也许外面的世界是地震过后一片荒凉的废土。
At least right now, what she does is trying to encourage us to take a different perspective on different things. Not to scare us, not to make us question it, but just to have a broader picture so our common sense goes from subjective to objective. This is how I see it right now.
也许这里是人类文明的最后一个据点，也许这是发生在别的星球上的故事。一旦常识产生动摇，这个世界在你面前，这个世界不再完满。
Yeah, this is how it looks.
至此，自我的探索开始了。根据自我得到的不同体验，世界的相貌也会发生改变。
And I must say that in this case, I actually agree with her. The more you open yourself up and the more you question around you, the more you know about yourself. Have you given an answer? Are you keeping silent? Or are you engaging in some sort of experimental performance art? Even if you tell yourself not to think, it's futile. Oh no. That is so true. Like being told not to think of an elephant, yet thinking of one anyway. I'm wondering, is it possible I might actually be a time machine?
糟了，快停止这种想法，我们的蛋糕还在里面烤着呢。
A time machine's workflow is simple. Put something inside, close the door, then open the door and take it out. Moreover, the state of the item is different when it comes out than when it went in. I think not so long ago I saw a meme about bed being time machine because you just go in and you forward to the next day. Is a good way to question reality by talking with the chair? Why not? Think about Suzume, the movie. You could talk with the chair, right? That's exactly my workflow.
这样下去绝对，如果烤箱真的变成时间机器，就会发生很可怕的事情。
Terrible things.
是的，一旦烤箱真的变成了时间机器，世界线就会发生巨大的变动。我们如今，你听过这个流行的理论吗？即使是像蝴蝶扇动翅膀这样微小的改变，也所以，我们无法预测烤箱变成时间机器。比如，我们会进入一个所有人每天都要被强制玩25小时文字游戏的邪恶世界。
My visual novels 25 hours a day.
被赶回原来的世界。
I'd say if the chair will answer back, something is definitely wrong with your reality.
不好说哦。总之，说服烤箱的重任交给你了。
Oh no, I need to convince the oven that it's actually the oven.
一定要让作为试点的你觉得它只是个烤箱。
What are my options? You're an oven. You are an oven. You've always been an oven. You've always been an oven. You're not a time machine. You are an oven. What else could you be? You've always been... Ah! I hate it! You're not a time machine, what else could you be? You're not a time machine, what else could you be? You've always been an oven. What else? You are an oven. You've always been an oven. You are an oven. What else could you be? Ah. Did I manage? Opening gates to the new world? I think I didn't. I think I was too slow. The boomer reflex got me. We are now in another world, I guess. The time machine made a crisp sound that signaled that the process was complete. Open the oven.
这是一张纸条。
I hope I finally managed to contact you this time. Please remember what I'm about to say. It's critical. Fontainebleau cannot be trusted. Whatever you do not let them take the time oven. They claim to be an organization protecting peace, but in reality they're the architects of all suffering. They only want to use the power of the time machine to reshape the world into a dystopia, where everyone is forced to play film novels 25 hours a day. In 5 minutes they'll be coming for you. Leave this place immediately and finish what I couldn't. The me from 10 minutes ago. Okay, this how is that lab code?
就是最后的时空跃迁了，我只能送你到这里了。但下一个时空的莉莉丝一定会像我这样守护着你吧。
Ain't no way that would be the end of the game. Find the time oven. Read the mail. Press the send button.
总之，说服烤箱的重任交给你了。一定，或者说，一定要让作为试点的你觉得它只是个烤箱。
I'm ready. I hope. It seems I can just click whatever and they are all good. I just wasted time reading. Hello, Admiral. 1 second. I'll greet you nicely. I just need to click fast. I don't want to be put back in time and lose to the oven. So give me 1 moment. Okay. Actually, I had to press them. It just didn't matter which ones. Okay, hello, Admiral Flying. You are speaking tongues to me that I do not understand. That looks like Egyptian hieroglyphs. Okay, I'm gonna ask my dear friend ChatGPT to tell me what it means. Okay, ChatGPT, take the hieroglyphs and translate. They are Egyptian hieroglyphs, I see. The Eye of Horus, a human face, another variation of Eye of Horus. Seated person and deity. I see. The divine presence. So I guess there's a divine presence upon us now. Hello. Did I got sent back in time? Open the oven. Can I get my cake? All I want is my cake.
是正常的蛋糕，太好啦，我们成功啦！焦味。
Yeah, it doesn't look too strawberry, to be honest. I just been an intense psychological battle and the stress was just too much for me to handle. What are you? She is quite hot, yes. When the pressure builds, the boiling point of water arises, and so the food ends up at the higher temperature. I gotta start learning Chinese. The game is also in Japanese. It was just defaulted to Chinese, and I didn't mind. As the kid kinda had some issues with that because anime girl and Chinese, but we managed to solve our differences here.
抱歉，我完全没有料到这点。
So our cake had existential crisis, I guess. Keep working on a cake and finish it. You take cake out of the mold, the burnt spell didn't be. But if our minds can shape the reality inside of the game, can we just convince the cake that it's actually the proper cake? Oh yeah, actually. Yeah, that actually looks good. Isn't that me?
现在我们成功，虽然不能吃，但我们还是可以一起完成分享蛋糕的仪式。
I've seen this girl on TikTok. She is very, very known for making, like, you know, the aesthetic candies and cakes. And she recently showed the internet how the internet is fake. So every time she doesn't feel like actually baking a cake, she just takes like the circle form. And she just make all the arrangements around it. Yeah, this collision is on my to playlist. This wasn't like I mean this was, but not for today. Then the accident happened. The accident being my mom being like, oh, you know, there was like this game and it actually released. Let's see on Steam. She opened Steam and I saw this big ass screen saying Light and the Visual Novels now on sale. Yeah, and I ended up having 6 new games, so Persona 5 has to wait a bit. Oh no.
怎么办？明明是充满爱意的递过来的蛋糕，但莉莉丝却没能接住，怎么会变成这样子？非常抱歉。
You got so stressed. It's okay, I'll clean it up.
谢谢你。
I mean, she literally made me make this cake and now she feels bad for making me help her. The Steam Fest doesn't affect you. Lucky you. You have played every VN, I haven't. So, you know, it does affect me. I enjoyed baking the cake with you. Wipe her tears away. You're right, the process is what matters. Before meeting you, I thought life was meaningless. I just waited for it to crush me. The process is what matters. 谢谢你. I feel because I'm currently watching like the modern romance drama, like the Chinese one. And it has the same vibe, even very similar music. In the next moment, you feel a faint pressure on your shoulders and back. Oh, she's hugging me again. Can the furniture and things stop narrating everything? I'm aware. The best dialogue options are the ones that overflow over the screen. Close your eyes. Close your eyes normally, close indifferently, close with anticipation normally. Okay, where's my surprise? I mean, we've been already in that room. How is it a surprise and a reward? I have to change the cake. Alligan. I don't care about anything else. I just want a strawberry cake. Yeah, let's just stick with the strawberry cake. Who ate the cake? That was the achievement I just got. Alright, because I still don't know how my... Wait, that was it? Huh. Okay, I'm gonna give it a second run, and I'm just gonna kinda random the options and see how it goes. I wonder if I can actually make her feral. This is something that interests me. So I'll give it one more go. And I'll probably come back to it, but like at some other time. And then I'll check out one of the other games that I got. For example, make milk inside a bag of milk inside of a bag. That game sounds so weird. And there's also a horror game, but for that I'm actually gonna wait a little bit longer into the evening. So it's actually, you know, the horror setting. It's still too early for the horror game. So I'm not gonna be reading everything she says now, not for the repeated options. I'm just gonna kind of zoom through it. Or maybe she will surprise me. Maybe she will... Chapter 2? Wait. It is a truly beautiful girl who bestows the essence of mandrakes upon mandrakes, then form defines the form. So it's still... So we just finished one chapter. Oh, that's even better. That's good. However, I am gonna take a small break, like 2-3 minutes, up to 5, something like that. I'll be right back. But again. So, thank you, an anonymous gifter, for your 2 subs to the community. I kind of have an idea who could that be. And for those who received their subs, enjoy. Where am I gonna be late? Where is she? Lilith? Let me sleep a little longer. I even come to wake you up every single morning. What time is it now? Wait. 2:40 in the morning. That's middle of the night. Yeah, let me enjoy my sleep. Late for what? The Morphean Codex, the Forest of Silver Shell. She did mention that she would like to watch movies. Hello, Monkey. Thank you for your tip. I knew it was you. I knew it was you. Thank you. Is that a movie? Wait, so it's a storyline RPG she worked through the night to complete, so it's not like I would be late. She was probably just very curious about my opinion on her game. I bring it here already. Thank you. Thank you once more. That's very nice of you. I do appreciate your support, little monkey. Close your eyes as normally as possible with zero expectation. Okay, with excitement. She woke me up, okay? She woke me up in the middle of the night. Let's be a little bit excited about what she did. Oh, she actually put me in a different place this time. What is this place? She has a new outfit! And this outfit is sick! So I am the Morphean Paradox, traveling through the vast forest of Silver Shallot, defeating the Demon Lord and rescuing the princess. Okay, let's be nice to her. She did want us to be more immersed into what is happening, right? So let's do it this way, her way. He's gonna be the king. Okay, this is exactly how I would make it. I have zero talent for any graphics, absolutely zero. The only thing I can draw is like the sun in the corner and a stick man. So if I were to make a picture of a king, I would probably do something like that and just like drop a sticker from like some app on top of it to show the crown. Something magical happens when I speak to him, asked the king. The princess has been taken to the Demon Lord. Please brave the Morphean Paradox. Rescue her. Thank you again. That is a very... Actually, I'm gonna thank you with like using one of my toggles, but we need to find out which one was it. No, we don't go for blushes. Where are the hearts? I'm actually too stupid to find the hearts, man. Did I disable them? We found them. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the money. Much appreciated. I really need to figure out my toggles, man. Because I always forget which one was which. Let's set off. She toggled banner. You still have the little train icon because you were the hype train conductor. That's pretty cute. We've already encountered a new NPC. No. That is from the last time when you were like gifting them out and you started the hype train. That stays. I think that stays for a long time. Because Sui was also gifting, like started the hype train once, and every time he pops in, he still has the train icon, and he was a train conductor in December. It's just current, yes, because it changed. When you started the hype train, you became the new conductor. So now if someone else comes and starts the hype train, you will lose your conductor icon and someone else will have it. Wait a minute. I'm calling my dad to bait Twitch. Good luck. Is that like her sister? Is she cosplaying? Why is she having a freaking mug with a cat with French on it? I don't know French. I cannot open this option. Okay, I'm willing to help. So she actually created a different character. It seems like a different character because, for example, the bust size is different, the hair is different, and the eyes are different. I mean, we did think that she was wearing contact lenses, so... We're drafting the section on its properties and effects. There's one point that stumbled me for days. I've been pondering for ages, but I can just figure it out. The dilemma is... Should I let this mandrake plant discover that it's the true culprit of the tragic incident 5 years ago and then commit suicide out of guilt? Ha! Yeah, more imaginary childhood friends, exactly. How is that a scholarly paper? It sounds more like a novel. Scholars have to write academic papers. That's the definition of being a scholar. That is not an academic paper. The same old formulas make it impossible to hold anyone's attention. Just like after playing 100 dating simulators where you meet, date, and embrace a seemingly infinite combination of hairstyles, hair colors, eye colors, personalities, and identities of cute girls. Eventually you would want to try a dating simulator where you romance a mandrake plant, wouldn't you? Kinda. I did play a dating simulator where I was dating cats. And that was also like a gift from Nyaehh a few years ago. We actually made it in a very like fun event on my private Discord server because we played this game in a group. We jumped in a voice call, everyone picked a cat, and everyone was voicing a different cat. And we switched the role for the narrator, so it would be less stressful for the person having to read all of that. Which brings me to the masterpiece I'm working on, the summer sakura girl of the snow country, vows blooming under the hues of pure longing. Though it does sound suspiciously like a game I've played before. I'm here to grind and level up, not to help you write your script.
没事啦，作为逐梦者，我们就先听听学者的要求吧。
The mandrake plant is white-haired, red-eyed girl with twin tails named Sakurako. Isn't she just another cute girl? But as the other, I've decided to be, so therefore it is okay. Fine. Sakurako is a transfer student. Why she's in my room? And on her first day, she realizes she's late. She hurriedly grabs a piece of bread, shouting, I'm late, and she runs to school. Okay. Dashes along and at the corner suddenly collides with something. Oh, it hurts, she says, rumbling her head. She looks up and sees the male protagonist. At that moment, all her anxiety about starting a new school alone vanishes. Excellent idea, I'll note it down, thank you. Then Sakurako successfully finds her classroom. She introduces things to her, is the one she met that morning. He becomes her desk mate. Oh my god, she loves it. The first day of school passes quickly, and before she knows it, it's time to go home. The kind boy from earlier introduces her to the club, the Paranormal Tales Research Society, and invites her to join. What did she give me? A Morphean Codex, okay. This books, it kind of looks like my notebook. I am different from it, even though we share the same essence. You can talk too? From the legendary The Morphean Paradox, a talking book is nothing surprising, accepted. What's with that strange voice? Talking about accepting tasks and putting things into a pocket and all. You can hear it too? Wait a minute, could it be that you're actually the Morphean paradox and that voice... Is it the game narrator? And we are inside a game? Exactly, that would be me. So I'm just a minor NPC scholar in this game. Is this the truth of my existence? As I was creating Sakurako's story, was someone else out there creating mine? It seems so. I'm not upset about it. Our soulmate to appear in this game as a scholar actually makes me very happy. Identity represents a limitation. In defining something, we inevitably negate other possibilities. I have to agree again. I actually have to agree again with a video game. Identity means moving away from perfection. What a sad thing that is. But it's precisely through this form of identity that I get to meet you, and we're able to have this dialogue. I'm not omniscient, which is why I can experience new and delightful surprises in our conversations. I'm not standing at the end of the world, which is why I can keep moving forward. We are not destinations, we are bridges leading towards destinations. Born from nothingness, our existence is self-made, continuously manifesting into the world. This is our freedom, and it is also the shackle we must bear. You see, even with the powerful label of an NPC scholar, I'm unlike any scholar you've ever encountered, am I not? And even if Sakurako's story could be summarized as a dull and cliché narrative, she would still live her life to the fullest, making the best choices within her framework and enjoying her existence, wouldn't she? So, I hope you won't reduce the Morphean paradox, the forest of silver shallows, to static labels like the Morphean paradox saves the princess. This is the story of the Morphean paradox, endlessly walking the path of becoming the Morphean paradox. But the Morphean paradox, huh? What a deeply misunderstood term. Alright, it's time for us to part ways. Okay, she went philosophical and then she's like, okay, can you tell me your name? I can only appear as the scholar. I have no other name. But oh, soulmate, my name has long been engraved in your heart. When we meet again in another place, call out my name. After bidding farewell to the scholar, Lilith and I ventured deeper into the forest. After a legendary adventure, we finally arrived before the Demon Lord. I am very curious how he will look like. She has exact same headset as I do. Even the color scheme is the same, man. Did our entire adventure just get completely glossed over? As of your adventure, well, that's another story to tell. For now, focus on the Demon Lord. Right now, the Demon Lord is unbeatable because she has no weakness. Oh, so we need to just speak weakness into her. There is a particular item that can turn the tide of the situation, you just need to use it. Use the record player? What is this? Their movements grow more enthusiastic, their expressions reaching a state of pure bliss. And this, the music engine seems to realize something. Her defense increase. Oh, god damn it. Use the hamburger patty. She's pretending to be unaffected, man. You clearly want to eat it, don't you? She's tsundere. And she's speaking to us in cow emojis. Oh, god damn it. try to take a bite out of it. There's no romance to unlock here. This game only allows Lilith as love interest. I see Miku joined us. Well, kinda, yeah. The whitewashed Miku. She has no colors, but I really like the detailed color around her. I'll throw the book at her. I noticed now that the music changed. Oh, hello Trikma. I will hydrate in a moment. Actually, just let me open the bottle. A small reminder, we have very obnoxious bottles in the European Union right now. So it's not so easy to drink. But we managed. I hope your holidays went well, or are you still on your holidays, Trikuma? The demon lord gets angry and picks up the morphine codex from the ground. Hatch it gracefully. So this is the game's framework for the... okay. What an intricate system, though clearly incomplete. This is your game, girl. Anyway, as long as you write down the demon's lord weakness here, it will become their actual weakness. Convenient, isn't it? My dad says he can't beat up Twitch because it's against Twitch terms of service. I think it is, yeah. I think Filian tried to beat up the CEO of Twitch once on her stream. I am currently playing video game that is supposed to make me question reality, but so far it's turned out that it is quite aligned with my perception of reality. So I'm just sitting here and just nodding because this is everything I would say. Write down, get sleepy after eating. Fear of criticism. Close the notebook. Is this a dream for cloud chasing? Oh no. That was... We've defeated the demon lord. Like, the fear of criticism, and we just used one attack. We could say so many more things. Lilith? Alright, because she made it that she is the only love interest in the game, right? Wait a second, did I leave the freaking blush on me? Where is blush? Okay, never mind, I didn't. I was so scared for a second. Every day I've been waiting here for you, thinking of you, praying for your safety under the open sky. And now you're finally here in front of me, for me. This feels like a dream come true. Are you really standing before me? Let's go home, princess. She did not expect that. Thank you, the Morphin paradox. You saved both the princess and the kingdom. I express my deepest gratitude to you. I'll pass my throne to you. Live happily ever after with Princess Lilith. Got it. I'll become a king and make Princess Lilith happy. But and from then on, the Morphin paradox and the princess lived happy ever after. How is that a bad end? Lilith, get a grip. Use more romance options.
不存在的逐梦者银葱之森还没有设计完成，希望我们可以在一起经历。莉莉丝以后会为你做出更棒的游戏，让你能体验到幸福的感觉。
Every day I spend with you is just fulfilling and meaningful. Lilith, as long as you're with me, I think I can fall in love with the world again.
真的吗？世界什么都管他呢，只要有莉莉丝就可以了。
I wonder what will be her next idea for me. But it does annoy me a little bit that after every chapter I need to kind of go out and then go in again. And I'm curious how many chapters are there? The non-existence of you and me? How many chapters? I don't think that is it. So this is what the stage truly is. I never imagined. When you mention the stage, you immediately think of flamboyant costumes, abrupt plot twists, bizarre murder techniques. Ah, what a colossal joke. Why bother writing grotesque plots? The stage is simply the others. Startre, details from the... whatever that French word is, band. Morning. Good morning. Why are you staring at me? I did. What do you want? I want you to leave this world and take a look beyond it. Okay. Is she just telling me to touch grass, but in like very diplomatic way? Alright, let's go. Yeah, whatever is behind its door, or if that is my wall, that doesn't really make me feel like going beyond it. Open the door. The door to the outside, yeah. She was like, oh, it's time to touch grass. There is grass. I barely breathe. What the heck? What was that? Did we just hallucinate? Because we are outside, we're allergic to the outside. He has a very, very long neck. Sit down anyway. Do you like this park too? I really like it here. Look at the clouds, they're so soothing. Coming here in a suit? Are you someone who lost their job but pretends to still have one? Every time the weather is this nice, I think about jumping from tall building. As a weird stranger suddenly talking to you, have I ruined your good mood for the day? I can't take this anymore, I want to go back. Our coffee is made with premium creamer, 4 times more harmful than regular coffee. I love popular games because dish soap substitutes so well for soda. You must think I'm funny, right? My creativity is limitless. I can't take this anymore. Dragon fruit trees grow crunchier coconuts, even in purified water. I'd gladly be mentally ill if it taught me humility. Ellen, can you hear me, Ellen? The key's under the flower pot. Am I talking? Are you listening? Why there was like a French flag on the screen? Was that like a tip for me? Are you listening? Thank you for your response. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot. Thank you for your enlightening. Thank you for your concern. I'm doing great. Did he piss off? In the unending exchange of vocal vibrations, you come to the later realization: people don't need to understand each other to converse successfully. And in this, sir, the world reveals itself to you in a newfound, easygoing light. Through relentless effort, you become a negotiation expert, stand-up comedian, best-selling author. I just pissed him off enough for him to leave. Huh? You've never felt such calmness, even if it lasted only for a fleeting moment. Thank you. Let's go on a date to a place where it's just the two of us. I mean, there's two of us almost all the time. A date? Somewhere close to the stars. How's that a theme park? She's so cliche when it comes to this. Oh, that is a very, very nice background. It would make such a nice wallpaper. No, just got here myself. It's the same outfit. The fabric and color, no, they are the same. Due to disaster damage, this theme park was abandoned in July. Oh, that was quite a while ago. I knew it wouldn't go smoothly. Let's just go back. Oh, we've suddenly had colors. Alright. I think by playing along with her, but still like remaining myself, I might have a chance with winning over her. And so you and Lilith climbed over the wall into the amusement park and boarded the Ferris wheel. As the wheel slowly ascended, you reached the highest point of this little journey. Ah, that's again such a nice screen. Such a strange feeling. The world is so quiet it feels like it's just the two of us left. Isn't that exactly what she wanted? The only two people still breathing, still gazing at the starlit sky. I feel like this world is full of malice. Whenever I look forward to something, I'm bound to be disappointed. I feel like I'm never welcome, that no matter how hard I try, I can never meet anyone's expectations. I feel like your love is fake, that there's no way someone could be this good to me for no reason. No, I think the first option is the best one. So whenever something happens, I always imagine the worst possible outcome. It's the only way I can feel at ease when the pain inevitably arrives. Have you heard about the band Who's Close, or whatever that is? What's that? Of me, Sartre, and Foucault. I see. Lilith is the lead singer. Then there is a chill for Sartre as the guitarist. Sartre, hello! What's going on here? Hello? Why are we currently in the freaking Idol concert? I mean, you gotta admit that their visuals look pretty good. Like, I actually really like it, like the way it looks. We are condemned to be free. Everyone will suffer. Yeah, I don't think that this song is cheering me up, man. I think it is quite the opposite. Wow. Just wow.
谢谢大家。接下来是偶像握手会环节哦，可以自由选择想要见的偶像顺序。你来了，歌词是莉莉丝写的，歌声也是由莉莉丝，所以说作为乐队主导的，但是即使莉莉丝付出了很多，所以莉莉丝一定要变得更厉害。然后和 He Close， 只要有你的支持，莉莉丝就会充满干劲哦。感谢你的支持。
I mean, I had to pick her. She's way too jealous, and I kinda don't want to be. Oh, I can actually shake hands with others too. Very inspiring. So all of them think that they're leaders? She spends hours in front of the mirror practicing her expressions to fake being emotionless girl. That's so lame. Definitely. That would be a hit. But why are they all thinking they're a lead? Freaking focus, just like throwing cow emojis left and right. Oh, the O emoji at the end.
好，本次偶像握手会圆满。当然啦，你也是我们3个人的偶像哦。
Are they expect me to sing now?
又只剩下我们2个人了。
Why did you badmouth Saturday to call and then turn around to do the same about the other way around?
你怎么就知道那个朋友指的是我呢？不过我要澄清一点啊，别看我们3个人关系好像很好，但实际上我们每个人
Things to hide. We all want to take the lead in this band and express our own will through our music. To achieve this, we all need to hide various truths from one another. For instance, Sartre quoting philosophers to seem superior, Foucault's fabricated maturity and coolness, and me making separate pacts with both of them to stay in the band forever. The 3 individuals, each burdened with secrets, navigating tensions and pain as they face one another. Oh.
3个灵魂，由此我们得出结论。
Why write grotesque plots? Others are the stage. Such a sad story.
是的呢，这个故事即是他人关系的隐喻。
Everyone wants to prove they are above others. Everyone wants to use others as fuel for their own progress, even in intimate relationships. She speaks so weirdly, let's laugh at her together. That's a classic example, isn't it? But what about these? I love her, so I want her to sincerely acknowledge me and be captivated by me. She is mine, and at this moment she will forever belong to me. This is love, of course. It is a kind of love. At the same time, it reveals the essence of human relationships, subjectivity. The desire to gain acknowledgement from others, the longing to prove one's correctness, and the need for the reassuring sense of control. Yes, everyone has their own subjectivity. But to prove one's subjectivity, it sometimes requires undermining someone else's subjectivity as a prerequisite. If you want to leave this place, you will inevitably face the cruel world of battling other subjectivities. I think I'm ready.
我是没有主体性的，或者说，我的主体性愿意我随时做好准备，将没错。
She is reminding me of the I forgot her name, the girl from Doki Doki, the one that sounded like American. The main evil, I completely forgot the name. At the highest point in the sky, we embraced each other as if the two of us had become one. But I wanted to stay here forever.
我也是，真希望这一刻能够永远持续下。但是，我们现在必须得离开这里了。
Aren't you seeking the truth of the girls beyond the world? If so, why are you wasting time here? What do you mean? Is a freaking notebook taking me back, like giving me a snap into reality?
摩天轮停住了，我去窗户那边查看一下情况。摩天轮，但好在这里离地面很近，所以你先跳，然后我跟上。相信我，会没事的。没有，这听上去像是玩笑，而且跳下去，但相信我，我们会没事的。
Oh, you're jumping out. I take a deep breath and leap forward toward the ground. A brief moment of weightlessness and I land back on the ground. The ground was closer than I expected. Yeah, I think when it comes to our safety, we can kind of trust her on that. I mean, that was spooky. Why is she shattered here? Am I like losing the grip of her reality? Am I going back to my own? Oh, she's not shattered anymore. Before becoming a form of medicine, the candy jar was the universal relationship between humanity and itself. It symbolized the blissful era of his school life. Once the secret of magical girls was understood, decay began. When such knowledge was divided among its specific group, the direct relationship between seeing and speaking also disintegrated. Coca, the birth of candy pills. Okay, I'm gonna grab a tea because I'm starting to lose my voice. So we're back. This time, I did not mute my mic. I did not come back and started talking while being muted. What happened to me? I'm still here? Burnt cake mixed with spicy sauce.
You 终于醒了，头还是很，不过没事，有了这些药，江江。
In the last time I got a pulse from a girl inside of the video game, she wanted to upload me in the video game.
没事，你没有病哦。
She did say before that I'm not sure if it's her speaking or the hair ribbon, right?
啊，已经到这，我找找，这种情况，应该吃这个黄色药丸。然后呢，你还有什么症状吗？
I think all of nurse pills are just candy. Must be gravely ill. At the age to save the world, I didn't pilot a Gundam. I never sprinkled black pepper and sea salt on my steak. I always look for a seat on the bus. I can't sleep a full 24 hours a day. I can't even pick a normal option from this list.
好的，我明白了。这种时候就需要粉色药丸，然后还有这个绿色药丸。
Oh, hello.
你很快就会好起来的哦。
How are you? I am playing games that make me question reality, but in fact, I did not question it. I actually agreed with what was shown to me. Thank you, nurse. I think I need an even larger dose.
不行，虽然莉莉丝手上拿着的是具有极佳治疗效果的，但它毕竟是药啊，所以说吃太多是不行哦。根据规定，人一天只能吃3颗糖果。 否则就会发生
terrifying.
福子酱所在的高中就是一个例子，在那里每个学生入学
Yes, at this point we should question everything because we still don't know who's the girl that vanished. And to be honest, I kinda start to think that it might be us, that we are the girl that vanished.
根据学校的规定。 每人每天，但有些学生像你一样，不相信这条规则的效力，所以偷偷吃了第4，然后他们就都死掉了。
Way too many details.
所以千万不要多吃哦。
It's completely over. I'm completely done for. The pills are even talking now. On late night, 2 kids sneaked into the music room with a jar of candy, planning to challenge the rule of only 3 candies a day. So they each ate a 4th candy, and then something magical happened. Something magical? What was it? Green pill expletive. They transformed into magical girls. Magical girls? Oh, magical girls. Their outfits were so cute, so stylish, so trendy. In the stark contrast, they suddenly realized how plain their school uniforms were. But once the night ended, they had to change back into those unbearably boring uniforms and pretend nothing happened, continuing their dull and tedious daily lives. It's like living in a beautiful glass jar only to find cheap plastic bottles unbearable afterward. After seeing such a dazzling extraordinary, how could anyone return to ordinary life? So every student who ate the 4th candy committed suicide.
真是太可怕了！从这件事中，我们知道，一天只能吃3颗药丸，这是不该被动摇。
So eating more gives us a little bit of something nice in our life, and then the life becomes unbearable without it.
这才对嘛！不过，来，再过来一点。
Become the happiest person in the world. Let all the misfortunes and pain fly away.
我看看，现在你可以再多吃1颗糖啊，而且就将它当成我们之间的秘密吧，好吗？
I gonna become a magical girl, man? Is that my time? Or perhaps the headache is normal and the absence of pain is truly illness. Who's Lilith? Why is she chibi? Why is she back to her normal self? The door was locked, so how did you get in my room? Why does my memory seem to break when you disappear? Why does my head hurt after talking to you for a long time? You've never left the house, yet you've changed into so many different outfits. Sometimes it takes so much effort to remember you again. You couldn't touch the strawberry cake and it fell. What about the immersive RPG we had? When I saw the amusement park, it was dark, but then the lights came out when you spoke. What happened after we came back down from the Ferris wheel? Did we really make strawberry cake in this room? Did we really play the Dreamer's Adventure? Did we really have a date? Did we play the nurse and patient roleplay game? Who are you? Does Lilith truly exist? I've been here all along, dear one. Will I commit suicide soon, you think? Maybe. From too much life pressure, or because I'm too lost in some non-existent fantasies? Or perhaps I'll be devastated because there's no one in reality who can truly understand me like you do. I love you so deeply, it's not just a hobby, it's a way of life. My spiritual pillar, you're my role model, my goal, my source of happiness. Do you know, sometimes my heart aches because I can't convey my love to you. Reality is truly bewildering. I want to go to where you are, but how? Or maybe find you here. Could death make it happen? They say there's an afterlife, right? If dying could fulfill my wish, I might as well die now. But if that wouldn't work, if it wouldn't work, then I'll stay here waiting for you. Please, when you feel my feelings, come find me. I will always be here. Can you imagine? Even every moment of my life I think about this question. Why don't you exist? I want to work hard for you, do something for you. But will you see it? My dear, lovely you. No matter how much pain you cause me, I love you. I think I should sleep now. Maybe that will help. I'm worried. I can't take it anymore. I'm in so much pain right now. I've been here all along. You've been fighting so hard, all alone. Remembering things that were yet to come. Tulpa. Oh, I know this term. I had poured all the feelings I wanted to suppress into her, creating a being with the purest concept of love. I wanted to explore the possibility of perfect understanding between people through her. I didn't have the courage to express love, so I let Lilith express it for me. I didn't have the courage to demand love, so I let Lilith love me. As I looked at Lilith in the notebook, I saw all the falsehood in the world within her. I saw all the sincerity in the world within her. I regarded her as the image of a terrifying demon. I regarded her as an incarnation of a holy angel. I wanted to destroy her existence, and I wanted to embrace her existence. I wanted to kill her, and I wanted her to save me. I wanted her to suffer, and I wanted to make her happy. I resented her. I envied her. I hated her. I loved her. I am not her. I am her. So it was actually a tulpa. So let's head to amazing tool that is Wikipedia. Wow, that is such a big window, and that is also very flashbangy. So there are different variants of tulpa. but we're actually gonna educate ourselves. Window capture, and now we need this one. Go. Education time. A tulpa. In Tibetan Buddhism and later traditions of mysticism and the paranormal, a tulpa is a materialized being or thought form, typically in human form, that is created through spiritual practice and intense concentration. Modern practitioners who call themselves tulpamancers use the term to refer to a type of a willed imaginary friend which practitioners consider to be sentient and relatively independent. Modern practitioners predominantly consider tulpas to be a psychological rather than paranormal concept. The idea became an important belief in theosophy. The concept of tulpas has an origin in the Buddhism. I will not butcher this word, I'm sorry. Translated in Tibetan as sprulpa, the earthly bodies that the Buddha manifests in order to teach those who have not attained nirvana. The Western understanding of tulpas was developed by 20th century European mystical explorers who interpreted the idea independently of Buddhahood. I'm actually looking for controversies and I don't see it here. Oh yeah, maybe this part. Somewhere, however you spell it, described the internet tulpamancer subculture as being used to overcome loneliness and mental suffering, and noted the close association with reality shifting, a way of deliberately inducing a form of self-hypnosis in order to escape from current reality into a pre-planned desired reality or wonderland of chosen fantasy characters. So, yeah, I actually know this term from like some subcultures. Like when I was a kid, I really liked to dwell into some like weird paranormal stuff online, and I did find the concept of tulpas. I did find some books on how to create tulpas. I played with even with like this idea, but I always considered it more of imaginary friend. But it is true what is written here about that part of overcome loneliness and mental suffering, because a lot of people who were there, they were actually creating like some ideal version of a person for themselves to keep them company. And important part that we have here is also reality shifting. Also very popular concept right now. If you scroll TikTok and you're unfortunate, then you might actually come into the reality shifters. I think they have like a different name. I don't remember what that name is, but what they do is basically they, for example, create themselves a world. For example, basing it on Harry Potter, right? So they will be like, oh, I'm a 15-year-old girl in Ravenclaw, and my best friend is Draco, and we both hate on Harry, and like this is the story. Or I date, I don't know, Fred Weasley. And those are actually quite popular, and those people believe that they live through that. And this is a funny concept. I think this is like a funny part about it, because in a way they live through that stories. Those stories emerge before their eyes. The problematic part is that they believe that they live like a copy of themselves living the normal life, while their other part of their psyche is trapped in the reality shifting world. So basically what they do is they believe that they have like an avatar that they live in a normal life, and they just jump, for example, for 6 years to live in Harry Potter life. And I've seen them, and I don't know if they were trolls or if they actually believed it. They were, for example, I just came back to my reality because my husband died and my children moved away, and I lived in my shifting world for 40 years. I mean, they kind of did live in their shifting reality for 40 years. In a sense, in some twisted logic, they did live through those lives and stories. they did learn from them. I must admit that they actually learned from them, because they were placing themselves in a different scenarios, but those scenarios could have lacked some, thank you for the follow, but those scenarios could have lacked some real input. Just as Lilith said, they were enclosing themselves in like a safe space, and they lacked the input of the other people. So for example, imagine I go to the store now and I meet a really, really angry person that starts to shout at me. So in my reality, where I'm here now, I cannot script others' person behavior. I mean, I can influence it with my actions, right? But whatever they say, whatever they do, that is their choice. But if I am to be in my shifted reality and go through the same scenario, I can actually choose different options, and it has both plus sides and negative sides. The plus side is that I can actually go through the same situation for like 5 different scenarios of how it goes and kind of mentally prepare myself for them. But the negative side is that it is not an actual human interaction. But then we go to the concept of like everyone being connected, that was also mentioned in the game so far, or rather like the lack of self as a concept. So the game is actually pretty deep. Yeah, I think negative sides outweigh the positive ones, but if you don't use it as like an escape tool, but more like a training tool, that can actually be quite helpful. But it's all about your approach. I think the main part about the negative ones stem solely from the fact that it's a fiction and it's only in our heads. It doesn't have the feedback that we would have in reality. And we can always put ourselves in a safe spot. If I were to argue with that person at the store right now, right? They could hit me. Why not? They could. And I would feel it. I would actually feel it and be like a victim of it. And then the entire story would change. But if that happens to me in my shifted reality, I could just snap my fingers, go back to it, and that never happened, right? So the entire point of shifting reality of like the self-hypnosis is a good concept in a way that it could, for example, help me to overcome some of my traumas or some of my negative memories. I could relive, like, go back to them, live through them again, analyze them, learn from them, and be able to move on. But the main problem is that many of those people just treat it as the other reality they live through. Yeah, anime being deep is a good surprise always, but should it be a surprise at this point? Let's face it. I mean, here's the thing. While I was scrolling not TikTok, the Twitter the other day, there was a girl saying that she is coming back to the memories of the time when she was abused. And those were not happy memories, but those were very toxic memories. But she came back to it because she was at a bad mental state, and by going back to them, it gave her a sense of comfort. And it gave her a sense of comfort because it was a situation that she was very familiar with. So she kind of felt home there. And that helped her to overcome some like bad situation that she was currently struggling with. So living in the past 100%, kind of bad. I wouldn't recommend that. But using the past to learn from it, that is actually a good approach. Because, for example, if I argued with my friend when I was in junior high school, I made my opinion on her based on that situation. I felt hurt because of what she said. I also said some hurtful things. But if I go back to the situation from now, I can think about it. Why did she say what she said? Why did I say some things that I said, right? And I can take some like value from it. So past is not bad, and I don't think we should consider past as bad. I think everyone had a traumatic memory in their life. Everyone had a point in their life when they were not feeling like their best. And we're not gonna compare who had worse with what situation, because that's not the point. And different people would perceive different situations of like at like different volume of hurt that it could induce, right? That's not the point. But we can still learn from those situations and change our perspectives on them. So this game is actually so good that I really like it. Unironically, I really, really like the game. You're still here. Yeah, I'm still here. Your part in this is over. Ah, that gives me Doki Doki vibe. Temporary pause? Okay. So it's gonna be a chapter about me. Oh, I'm gonna be in the flashlight. Nice. I don't know what I changed about my model's physique, but the hair kinda looks... Like, you see that it's not like that bouncy. Do you exist here? Do I? Yeah, I knew that it was a game from the beginning, Lilith. I don't even need to remind you of this since you willingly stepped into this world. Yes. I've thought for a long time about how to meet you. In the end, I choose a game. Games are such incredible vessels. By adopting the shell of a character, we take shape and can start to converse. Okay, pause here. One more thing about Toolpass and what I've read when I was like researching the entire subculture, right? So those people, because they were so lonely, they usually had some like abandonment issues. And for example, if they tried to cut off the concept of Tulpa in their life, they were projecting their fears on that being they created in their head, and that being became hostile towards them. Like, that is insane. Like, the thing that our brain can do to us is actually insane and so interesting. We can hide behind the facade of the character, forget ourselves and put our emotions in it. I like being alone. I like being alone too, but I'm like an extreme introvert IRL. I like the concept of streaming because, come on, I am sitting in my room alone. Sometimes my cat comes. But you are just letters on my screen. I can interact with you, but if I feel like not interacting anymore, I can be like, oh, okay, it's done for today, bye bye, and I can be like alone again. But you're not physically where I am, so we are interacting, but at the same time there's no concept of my social battery going down, because you are just letters on my screen, right? You are not human, you're just letters on my screen. But in the real life, I get drained extremely quickly. If I go to the store for like 10 minutes just to grab some buns, I come back and I'm exhausted. Thankfully, I work remotely, but if I have like a full day of meetings where some people are not just letters on my screen, but they are on the meeting, they are talking, I cannot mute them unfortunately because it's a work environment, and God forbid they go on cameras, that drains me too. But there are some people that are close to me that do not drain me at least that much, or don't drain me at all. And those are my family, my boyfriend, and my close friends. I can talk with them, and it will not drain my battery, but it will also not help me recharge. To recharge, I need like an absolute alone time. But at least they can be with me when I slightly like, get to 20% of the social battery, and they can be with me and I'll not feel worse, right? So that's a good thing. Yeah, talking with people IRL is exhausting. I agree. I can handle some small conversations. Like, for example, I go to the store and I talk with like the cashier. That is something that is still like on my tolerance level. But like all the people, and maybe that's just me, but recently I noticed that a lot of people, when I go to the store, they act like badly coded NPCs. They just bump on you, they just take space, they just kind of stand and lag there, and I'm like, man, I just want my butter, just move. How much time do you need to figure out if you want Emmentaler cheese or Gouda cheese? Or like stand a little bit further from the fridge, right? For example, when I had like the party animal phase in my life, that was a funny phase in my life. I would, for example, meet up with some like acquaintances, not like close friends, and we would, for example, go out and have some drinks and talk. And like middle of it, I would just be like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I would take an hour walk alone around the neighborhood to recharge, and then I would come back. I had a friend visiting me, but she was like an extreme extrovert, and she was a type that was draining me. And she was visiting me. After like 2 hours, I was like, okay, stop. I'm gonna go back to the bedroom, and you can stay here where you're supposed to sleep. If you still want to talk, we can text, but I just cannot physically have the conversation anymore. The daily conversations are fun, but sometimes someone drags you out and just, yeah. I had that situation at work recently. I had like literally a work meeting where we were supposed to talk about like recruitment, attrition and stuff and so on and so on. And then I stayed a little bit longer because I was still discussing some concerns of mine to the other guy, because I was talking from like the developer point of view. And he out of nowhere just hit me with like, I am 41 and I cannot get a girl. And I just like blinked and I was like, how is it related? How is it related to our conversation? And then he was like, oh, because I would like a gamer girl and so on, but I cannot get like a younger girl because I cannot program her to be a good human being because that's unethical and girls my age don't want me. And I'm like, I didn't even know how to behave. And that happened to me so many times in my life. When I was still an office worker, kind of, because I was hybrid, I came to the office after like 3 months and there was like this new guy in our team. It was 8 a.m, it was only us in the office, and he's like, wanna grab a coffee? And I'm like, actually, I can take chalky milk. And I went with him to the coffee place that we had like in the office, and then he starts to hit me with the history of his engagement. And I'm like, but why is this happening to me? And sometimes those stories are nice. For example, once in the bus, some old guy hit me up with how his family moved to Ireland and how he misses them, but he visits them, and how Ireland is different than our country. And that was nice and that was kind of uplifting, so I didn't mind it. But when people just like instantly trauma dump on you for no reason, even if they don't know you, that is like, I wouldn't say that talking with people is pointless. I mean, sometimes it is. It really depends on who are you talking to. If you're talking to a person who is very narrow-minded or doesn't want to discuss and like actual discuss and not just argue who has it worse or who is right, but actually have like the discussion, then it is not pointless. But if you talk with someone who's just like, my opinion is my own and is the only correct one, then there's like no point actually. I never trauma dump anyone, my problems are my own, no need to drag anyone else. I sometimes do trauma dump people, but that is when I get really close to them, because I kind of want them to know what made me the way I am, because all our experiences shape us, right? They do shape us, and some of those experiences might have an impact, for example, on a relationship. So when I started to date Zippy, I just straightforward trauma dump everything on him, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I dealt with, and this is what might impact us at some stages. So your choice. Guys are statistically the loneliest and the craziest when they become mentally ill. Let's break it down. So maybe statistically they are the loneliest and the craziest when they become mentally ill, but I think the loneliness and craziness is kinda on par regardless of the gender when it comes to people that are mentally ill. Funnily enough, I only met mentally ill women, except from my neighbor that I have right now, but that is a different story. That is just very different story. But I've met in my life 2 people that were like actually diagnosed and they were mentally ill. Well, 3 if we count my great grandma, but she had like dementia, so that's kind of like the aging sickness. I'm not sure if we can put it there. So that would be 3. They were all women. One became absolutely crazy after her sister died. Then there was my great grandma that went mental because aging and also very PTSD like life. And another one was a lady that was my neighbor. I moved to an apartment and it turned out that one of the neighbors is mentally ill. And she would bark at people, she would call me names, she would call other people names. She would be very, very like verbally aggressive, but she was actually pretty sweet. So, for example, she was hungry on some days and I shared my food with her and she started to love me. And that was a time when I was with my ex-fiance. And I remember one day I changed my hair, like I colored them red and I had blonde before, and she didn't recognize me, and I was walking with him to a car and she just went all in at him. She was like, "You motherfucker, don't you cheat on that sweet girl of yours." She was actually so freaking sweet. Yeah, I really, really liked her. She spooked me quite a few times because, for example, once I saw her with a bunch of candles and I'm like, if she's gonna forget, she's gonna like turn the entire apartment complex into the pile of ashes. And actually, she had an accident. So after some time, some new people came to the neighborhood and they were messing with the cars on the parking lot. And she was very territorial. And she told them to stop and she barked at them and they beat her up and she ended up in a hospital. That would really did upset me. But yeah, overall, she was mental. She would call people names, she would yell at them, she would bark at them, but she was actually a pretty good person. She was just really mentally ill. Well, my great grandma was just dementia, and the other lady was, I think she also had a dementia, but she got it like very, very early due to some harsh things in her life. So I wouldn't differentiate that the loneliest and craziest people that are mentally ill are guys. Could be. From my personal experience, the personal bias, I wouldn't say so. I think everyone becomes very, very lonely and crazy when they're mentally ill. Especially if they don't have anyone around them that would try to understand them or try to help them. And sometimes even if you try to help those people, they will not understand that you're trying to help them. That was the case with my great grandma. She just didn't understand that everyone around her tried to help her. But I think that when it comes to the loneliness, it actually is true that at least nowadays, guys are way more lonely than the girls. But that is coming from a different issue. So for example, girls are always like brought up in a way that, oh, if you cry, you cry. That's you dealing with your emotions. You can tell people about your problems. You have like this circle of friends that you'll talk with and you can talk your problems out. And boys are usually brought up in a way that they need to bottle up. And that actually makes them way more prone to become lonely and crazy, kind of crazy in the future. Which is pretty sad. Gladly, the times are kind of changing in a way that boys are not being told to bottle up so much anymore. But then the newest generations have different issues, so we'll see how it will go. I'm not too optimistic, but I was never too optimistic. We will see in like 20 years. When the alpha and beta hit the job market. It's gonna be wild. Yeah, we are all crazy a little, in a way. As Lilith said, we are all perceiving the world and self through the... I forgot the common sense. And the common sense is very subjective in that matter.
这是什么展开？莉莉丝这家伙是不是马上就要开始喊？
Even so, I'm just a virtual being.
Get
away. Where's touch the grass?
假如说，在离你家3公里远的地方住着一位约翰先生，那么陪你度过了这段时间的我，对你而言，谁的存在？
She actually has a point. Who's more real to me? A random guy named John who lives in London and I will never meet in my life? Or Lilith that I've already spent like, what, 2.5 hours with? She is kinda more real to me. She has a point.
现实与虚拟的世界并不能完全作为存。还记得我们做的第一件事吗？
We made a strawberry cake and discussed perspective needed to understand the world.
当当，恭喜你答对了。
Yeah, but that was the the one that was most meaningful to me.
察觉了自我，这意味着世界在我之中。
The world exists within me.
意志去认知并界定这个世界。
So, another pastime. So you probably had a chance to at least some memes about manifestation, right? That I'm gonna manifest my ideal life. And this is also a double-edged sword. Because from one point of view, you can actually do it. From the other point of view, we have people who actually believe that they will sit on their couch all day and think, I will... No, you cannot say it in this way. I have a beautiful goth girl that cooks for me and loves me, and I have all the money in the world. And they truly believe that by just saying the affirmations like that every single day, that will just magically jump into their arms. Which is never the case. Because the concept of manifestation was even used by people like, I don't know, Jeff Bezos. But it works in a very, very different way. You use affirmations to motivate yourself to find opportunities and to take them. And this is how you manifest it. So, in the concept of manifestation is that if you don't get what you want, but you get something else, then probably the universe thought that it's something else is better for you. Yes and no. Because, for example, I thought to manifest being rich right now, right? Right? So I'm gonna be every day thinking about the goals I want. I want to have a nice house. I also want to buy at least an apartment for my parents. And I also want my boyfriend's parents to have a nice apartment. Probably somewhere nearby to us so we can like visit often, but at the same time not live all in one place because that wouldn't be really healthy. So this is something I want. This is something I aim for. And I want to have enough money to get my honkai waifus to jump into my arms, at least virtually. I want to be able to go eat hot pot in Chongqing. I want to make a motorbike license. I want all of that, right? So I'm motivating myself by thinking that those are all the things that I want. So I try to take new opportunities. I motivate myself to take new opportunities because every new opportunity I take might get me a few steps closer to what I want and what I dream of. So this is how like the whole concept of manifestation work. But some people take it a little bit too far and they are like, the world exists within me and everyone is just me pushed out, which is also kind of true because we are projecting our fears and worries and dreams on other people, but they just take it in like completely weird way that they actually add like the magical thinking into that, and they think that things will just magically jump into their arms and they don't need to do anything for it. So the world exists within me is correct in a sense, but we also need to be very careful not to take it too literally. I do dream of buying my own house, but it probably will never happen. I saw a map. I don't know what country you're from, but I saw a map today that from US that showed some places in US that Gen Z can actually get a house during their lifetime. So there is hope. There's still a hope. Which one of the Honkai waifus? I think, for me at least, I don't know if that question was directed at me, but do have all the Honkai waifus that I currently want. I also have few characters that I don't want. I would potentially grab Jade on her rerun. I'm very much waiting for Obsidian. And now Castries is my next goal. But I kinda entered myself and I got Triby because her story took me by surprise. So here we are, and now I'm a mother of 3 kind of triplets. You wish for something, Admiral, and what is it that you wish for?
常识并不具有绝对正确的效力。当我们不需要的时候，于是我们看向外界，世界的要没错，常识并非绝对。即使所有人都否定莉莉丝的存在，
Even if everyone denies Lilith's existence, you can still affirm it. Even if everyone affirms hers, you can still deny it.
作为试点的自我，同时，它也接下来呢？接下来的我们做了什么？没错，第二个命题界定了个体。当自我向世界投出目光之后，个体可以是穿着长袍的学者，可以是一脸冷漠。作为试点的自我与世界中的，正是有了定义，个体才从统一的世界中被分隔开来。
The only I can think about is going on an adventure with Blood Vampire Loli. Oh my dear lord. I think that there's an anime. If you haven't watched it, you might like it. Let me look for the title. I cannot type something like that. Vampire anime. I mean, one is definitely Shinobu Oshino. That you might know from Bakemonogatari. And the next one I was thinking about... What was her name? Rule Tapes from Sarava... No, that is not it. That I got bamboozled. Mina Tapes from Dance and the Vampire Bound. I'm actually gonna send you the link. Maybe you will find your dream waifu there. What is the link? There are some blonde ones, and there are even lolly body type. So yeah, there's Mina Tapes. She kinda has like the lolly type. I didn't know BlazBlue. Matsuri, Miss Vampire who lives in my neighborhood. That's a wild one. Aurora Florestina, she's not a lolly, but she's someone I definitely like the design-wise. But yeah, my favorite would be Shinobu Oshino. I really liked her. But I liked her in her adult form more. She was pretty wild. I liked her relationship with the main character, but come on, I'm a big sucker for Monogatari. I absolutely adore the series. I love it. So obviously, if I were to pick someone, no. No, I very much do have a boyfriend, a very manly boyfriend. But I am the type that will appreciate the beauty. In a, you know, the platonic way. So there was once this anime, I don't remember what was the Japanese name or English name. Let me look for it. Anime Hollywood Isekai. Yokaramao. That was the name of the anime. So in this anime, the main protagonist got bullied at school, and he got you know how the bullies sometimes in the movies just take someone by their legs, put the head in the toilet and flush it. So this is what happened to him, but he didn't drown, but he got sucked into another world, and it turned out that he's a great demon lord, the typical isekai. And a man, not a boyfriend. Come on, I'm a baby. I stopped aging when I reached the prime age of, like, let's say it for the legal reasons, 18. And it's been like that for a while. So in this anime we have this lady that is a mother of all the male characters that live in the Demon Kingdom, and she is a beauty admirer, and I consider myself to be the same. It doesn't matter what are you, the gender, the species. If you're pretty, I will admire it. Kyo Karamao. I can type it down. This is it's an old one. Like, it's a really old one. I think it was from 2014. It had a sick opening or ending sequence. I don't remember which one, but it was really nice one, and I even learned how to play it on violin because I liked it so much. So yeah, it is like I don't think it was that long. I need to double check it. And I think my friend introduced me to it. How many episodes were there? 39. Yeah, there's like 39 episodes, but it was quite enjoyable watch. It was very absurd. It was like at the very beginning of like isekai animes becoming a thing. And I must say I did enjoy it. And there was like this one guy. There was one lolly guy called Wolfram that I hated, and there was one more that I really liked. Let me check at the characters. We're bringing back the browser. I don't think he was like a boy. Oh, god damn it, I became invisible. Okay. I need this for the sake of a TED talk, okay? Make it like this. Okay. So we are on the wiki of that was the Wolfram. I hated him. He was not only... He was very sassy, and he was very bratty. But I liked his design. Like the color scheme with the blonde and the green eyes. Yeah, I became invisible, like, come on. I mean, hidden. Display none on that one. And which one was it? Okay, so that was their mother that had every single son from a different father, and I absolutely loved her. Loved her. She is amazing. She was slutty, but she was very cute. Big pigs. She was really, really fun to watch, and that was actually my favorite character. I liked him the most. He was the most sensible in the entire series. But yeah, if you look for like a retro watch, I can recommend that one. Okay, let's continue with our story then. My phone gonna die. Oh no. I recommend having long cables. If you're in your bed, you should get yourself one. I have like 2-meter cables on both sides of my bed. And Zippy actually did the same in his apartment, because when he knew that I will come, he knew that I'm gonna cry that my phone is dying. So he got like big and long cables. Darker Than Black. Darker Than Black was so good. I loved it. I've watched a lot of anime in the past, and for the past few years, I think I rarely watch it. I watch it from time to time. I've seen some big titles like Oshinoko that I liked. I'm still trying to watch Freiren, but I just like the way the story is being told. I like the characters. But the Darker Than Black, yeah, I still have some of all of the songs on my playlist as well. It was amazing. Like the entire Hey and Yin like part. I don't think any season was wrong. I think the second season was kinda, well, I had some issues with the girl pulling up a gun out of nowhere, okay? Let's face it. I had some issues with that one. But overall, I did like the story. I did like the main part of the story, like the main plot, like the whole Izanagi-Izanami part. This is the part that I liked. I liked the main character. I liked Hei's relationship with, how was her name? I don't remember her name, like the kind of red pinkish girl from the second season, like the one that was pulling up a gun out of nowhere. But this whole pulling up a gun was kind of giving me an ick. But it was watchable. It was still watchable, and it still had nice story. It just had questionable moments, like a lot of them. Yeah, that was kind of meh. But I also loved it how, for example, in the second season, we could see Yin trying to reach out to him, like when she was appearing from like the puddles and trying to that shaked my heart. Music took some shift from classic jazz one, yeah. I think it was kind of similar with Durarara. They had amazing music in the first season, and the second season music was still good, but it didn't have like this kick like the first season. And I actually considered it a downgrade. I also considered like a second season of Durarara a little bit of a downgrade. It was nice to see more of some stories, but the execution of the next season was not as good as the first one. It was still good. I still consider it a really, really good story. But they just a little bit, tiny bit ruined it. In so little time. Man, I am watching Chinese dramas now. I have no time, but I'm still watching. I mean, the good thing about them is that they are very slow paced. So even if I put one on and I fall asleep, I probably didn't miss much, because there will be like 4 to 5 times of, flashbacks. So I will catch up. So that's a good part. But there were some shows that I actually watched like with big focus time, and I did enjoy them a lot. I can try squeezing some instead of sleep. I try to watch like an episode of 2 before going to sleep. Then usually I fall asleep and I wake up 4 episodes later. And this is how I watch most of my shows. But there's like 5 to 6 shows that I've watched from A to Z. From the first second to the last second. And those were really, really good ones. I really like, especially the fantasy historic ones. They are like a little bit on absurd side. They have kinda predictable plot in some cases, but my top 5 were actually unpredictable. But they were... I'm also kind of biased because those were my first shows of this genre that I've seen. So it made it that, you know, they were fresh to me, so it was still not predictable. Now, after watching few of them, I can see where the story will go. It will still hurt. It will still hurt when like 5 episodes till the end they start to kill off every single minor character that I already, you know, got used to. And then they started to kill them in the most gruesome and tragic ways, and then I sob. Vacation is in the summer, so I'll try to binge watch everything. I envy you. I envy you in the vacation. Holy hell. Are you a student or something? I still find myself... That's been such a long time since I had a concept of vacation and not just like, you know, work holidays. But I found myself even like... how do I put it? Weeks of doing nothing, I see. So, I think it was a month ago, and I was like, I don't like the summer because like the sun allergy, it triggers my lupus, and then I feel bad, so summer is not for me. But you know what summer has? Summer has 2 months of holidays. And after I thought that, I was like, actually it doesn't. I am not a student anymore. I am not a pupil anymore. It's been such a long time since I was. Now I only have holidays. On the good note, I actually got so many holiday days from my past year that I could take like 2 months of holidays right now. And ironically, I can't because the project will not let me. But you know, it's nice to dream. I take small holidays here and there to either have Zippy at my place and go to Germany to him. So I can have like smaller holidays every month. I'll take summer anytime now. I don't exist in a higher temperatures. And my lupus is actually a little bitch. I am on the sun for a moment and the allergy kicks in. And I start to have fever, start to have rash, start to like, you know, have nausea, lose my consciousness and other very gruesome things. And then after like a hit like that, I have a flare, so no thank you. Also, I just don't like being in higher temperatures. Right now, my room is like 22 degrees Celsius. For American people, that's Celsius, not Fahrenheit. And that is way too much for me. When I lived alone before my health went to hell and I moved back to my parents, I had my AC on 24 hours a day, entire year. My apartment was not warmer than 16 degrees, and that was ideal temperature. I somehow get allergies every spring now, damn pollen. My dad is suffering from that too. I feel that. I see the results of pollen allergy every day. Yeah, no thank you. I'm not visiting you ever, don't worry. It's freaking March and you have 27 Celsius degrees in your room. My room is completely cut off from like the outside. I have like, you know, those like aluminium things you put on the front, on the windshield of the car, so it doesn't get hot inside. I have that outside of my room, my windows in my room, and I have it completely darkened out. No matter what time of the day it is, my room looks like a cave. Like even at work, if I am on like the cam meeting, they're like memeing that I work in a gaming cave, and I'm like, kind of, yes. Because it's so dark and there's only LED lights. It's a freedom because through definition, the individual can continuously transcend and move toward existence. And that's what a uniquely distinctive individual's world becomes lively. Kinda, yeah. On the Ferris wheel, I shared my secrets with you. Did I share my secrets? I don't remember that. Oh yeah, I did. I did tell her about my worries. I really like this shot. I clicked outside, goddammit. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward because right now we have like very spring-like weather with like 20 degrees outside. But in like 2 weeks we're supposed to be back to winter, so I'm looking forward to it. Because we didn't have real winter in a while, so I'm still hoping. I mean, I did say so in the past. Let me find it. I need to find this stupid... There was a story time about this guy already, once. But I think he deserves it when we talk about... Can I freaking click the... Okay, I cannot click the open link, copy link, open link. Okay. We're gonna have a story time again. We might not be able to finish the freaking game at this point, but it is what it is, okay? That's not the browser I'm looking for. This is the browser I'm looking for. And there we go. So, hello? Where is my, Oh, there he is. Okay. This little fella. His name was Francis. He came to existence 3 years ago. And that was the biggest snow we had in years. 3 years ago. I managed to make a snowman like that on the balcony. And then I was like, I'm actually gonna make it a little project of mine. I'm gonna put him in the fridge, wait a year, so we might actually get a little bit more snow, and I will make him a little snowman family. So I put him in the fridge. Francis was living there for a year. Actually, after a year we still had no snow, and I let him out on the balcony when there was like still -degrees temperatures, but then it quickly started to be warm again, so I put him back in the fridge, and I was like, maybe next year, my dear Francis, you will get your sweet wife and children, and you will have a happy little snowman family until you melt in the spring. He didn't get to live to his second spring, actually, because there was an incident. He lived in the fridge and mom forgot about him. He actually got forgotten. Don't say he won't be forgotten, he got forgotten. Mom forgot he was there, and she like threw some box of like frozen food at him, and it bashed his head off. And then we had a little bit of a build-up on like the ice in the freezer, and that was actually the end of him. When I was cleaning the fridge, like I was very sad when I noticed him that there was only like him being kind of sliced in half. And it was even more sad a few months later when I was cleaning the fridge and I found his little arms made from toothpicks. Yeah. Poor Francis. He lived a very, very, very long life for a snowman, right? He lived like 2.5 years. So at least we got okay. Probably the longest living snowman in the world. I really like the backgrounds of this game. Individuals are always lonely, never able to present their fully transparent selves. I think I've went through so many corporate trainings of how people perceive themselves, how other people perceive us, how it's divided, how we hear things, how we don't hear things. But I think it would be way more enjoyable if we actually got to play this game, because it tells a lot about the same concepts, but in a funnier way, and it has anime girl. That makes it already better than the majority of the corporate trainings I went through. I was diagnosed with all sorts of strange diseases and treated with a candy jar. You played the nurse, I played the patient, and we ate colorful pills. We learned about the story of the fourth candy and felt the constraints of school rules.
第4个命题，建构了世界。当这样的他人关系扩大后，具体的他人，于是群体关系，具体的他者消失了。其实想要进行反，所以即使通过第4颗塔得知了世界，至此外部的世界形成，太热闹。但与此同时，我们不得不面对永无止境的这样的世界。但是这里没有主体间的猜忌。
There's no suspicion among subjects, only your most loyal furniture surrounds you, and you're the solitary king of this room.
我也同样如此。我的全部，因为这正是因为这里，所以说我不会说出类似“其实我是虚假”，倒不如说我想说的是，正因为我是虚假的游戏人物，所以我的爱才比一切都更为真。莉莉丝是什么？
I already think about all the people that will take it the wrong way, and they will actually believe that the love of an anime waifu is more than the love of a human being, where technically, yes, based on the logic of that we spend time with her and we don't spend time with some random John from London, but in the same moment, that is so wrong. What is Lilith? So she's the girl beyond the world.
因为莉莉丝代表着最纯粹的爱，同时，因为莉莉丝是游戏人物，也许你曾见过莉莉丝，也许你之后，虽然莉莉丝希望你能走，只要你信任着，期望着，永远接下来
Final
最后的
theme?
命题。那是我和你最初相遇时，我存在吗？
You don't exist. I don't even have another option. How could unconditional kindness exist in this world? How could anything exist just for me? What a pathetic joke. I'm not some weakling. I won't hide from reality behind those fake childish delusions anymore. You're nothing but a fake. You don't exist. You trapped me here in this tiny space with your false kindness. This warm but fake illusion has made me too weak to face the cold, brutal reality. As long as you exist, I'll never escape. As long as you exist, I can never move forward into tomorrow's reality. I lack some options here. Because I don't consider myself trapped. And I don't consider what she did to me to induce a weakness on me. I would be more like, you helped me. But there's no such an answer. So I guess... let's go with this one. You cannot exist.
只要你的选择，如果我们注定无我。
I wish there were safes so I could go back to it and be like...
现在践行你所做出的选择吧。怎么了？但是，这不是你
Because I don't want to kill her.
不对。 你当然还有其他的选择，怎么了？但是，为了你，这不是你唯一哦，不对，你当然还有怎么了？但是这不是哦，不对，怎么了？但是这不是你哦，不对，你当然还有其他的选择。
After saying that she doesn't exist, I was hoping that it would still let me choose something else. I'm back into my room.